Figured I'd make a little bit longer version of this video and explain this a little more. I did go ahead and remove the heavier leaf spring that I made and made a little thinner one out of, it's a thermostat spring for a home thermostat. Don't have a mount for the center made yet up here to go between the frame. I'll get that later. Did redo this piece completely. The piece that's laying right here was the tailgate. You can see the lines where I had it bent. That was my mark, and came out really good. It's exactly the size I needed it. Not exactly sure how I'm going to do my front axle yet. This piece right here, I don't know if anybody's ever seen those big giant lighters, the disposable ones, but that's what this came out of, this piece right here. And I used needle nose pliers and I bent it into this curve. It was straight on both sides. So I curved that, got it shaped like that. I had originally thought about using this as a trailer hitch for one of them, and changed my mind on that for now. I still might do it, I don't know. I'm thinking I'm going to use this for the leaf spring mount for this one, and use the heavier one in the front. I do plan on still using all the bamboo links, which are actually incense sticks, and it's kind of funny because they still smell like incense. It's kind of funny. Yeah, the servo will be mounted forward and it'll be exposed. I'm not going to cut any grooves or headlights or anything in the grill, just going to leave it solid. I thought about making it 4-wheel drive. It would be kind of cool, but I'm going to do the 2-wheel rat rod slammed in the front. This piece does move, I said. So let me push down on this. So I could actually put some shocks in here somehow and still do the leaf spring and have a, I don't know, way overly flexible front end. There's metal links on top, bamboo on bottoms. How I'm doing it. You see that on the rear. Not going to use that bamboo rod that goes through there, or the steel rod right there. Those are just temporary. Oh. Wrong focus. I bought this several years back. I don't know, 4 or 5, maybe 6 years ago. There was 2 of them. Dog I had at the time chewed up the other one. Don't know why. Obsessing, weird dog chewed up a whole bunch of my models, which is also why I don't have that dog anymore. But I'm gonna find the brass strips there, right back there, and wrap them on here the way they're supposed to. I only have one set of them thanks to that dog, and one of the barrels. So that's gonna sit in the back here, kind of like a faux gas tank or whatever. I don't know. It's empty other than the bracing that it comes with, but it'll sit in there. There'll still be room for the electronics and the motor and everything. Everything's kind of going to be exposed. It's not going to be like normal Orlando's where everything's hidden inside. I'm just gonna go at it with this one. I'm not gonna care if the wires are showing or whatever. I might hide them a little bit, but not much. And I mentioned yesterday about having to trim the hood. You can see my mark right there. I don't know why my camera's not focusing all of a sudden. Thanks. But I've got to cut it somehow here and get that more even, and then I've got to make little filler pieces for the sides. I am not doing front fenders at all. No fenders. Rat rod stripped. I think I figured out how I'm gonna glue all the separate pieces together. I cut up a soda can. It's really thin aluminum. Sanded some of that ink stuff or paint or whatever you want to call it off. And it actually wasn't a soda can. It was one of these wonderful, you know. Sometimes you just gotta have some. So, yeah, it's getting there. One little piece at a time, I guess. Kind of that Johnny Cash song, build it one piece at a time. I keep going back and forth on if I want to use the PL1 rear axle, the Raptor F-150 rear axle, because it's double the size of the A01. It's a really big axle, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to go ahead and use it because I only have the one. I didn't get the front. I only ordered the rear. I don't even remember what I was originally going to use it on. I think my tow truck. But anyway, yeah, that's that, and that's where I'm planning on going with it, is two-wheel drive. I got to make a straight axle, all the spindles, steering, everything. So not sure what I'm going to use yet. Not the piece of wood, ignore that. That's just to hold those wheels up there. I thought about using brass tube. Thought about using the aluminum tube. I've got quite a bit of both. Well, not as much of the brass. You know, I done stuff. So, but that's it. Just a little bit here and there. Had a lot of drama in the last couple of days. Kind of irritated. And that's usually what happens. I take out stress and drama on this stuff. Irritation. Family stuff. Or should I say ex-family? Anywho, I had a dumb idea, I guess. I don't know if it'd be a dumb idea or not, but these are watch pins, and they have springs on them, in them. I thought about trying to use these little watch pins for the front shocks, just for weirdness, but I don't know how the hell I'd get them to stay in. I've got all kinds of other little things laying here, some of my random stuff that, some of it I made. These are the brackets, the original brackets that I made for my light bar, because the original ones were crap and broke. These are off of a low C micro T. These little aluminum pieces right here I cut. There's two of them, and I don't know what the hell I can use those for. This is a piece of a Orlando frame I scrapped, which I have several little bits that I think I'm going to cut this a little more and use it for my spring mount cross member up there. Other than that, I don't know right now. I still need Got to replace the centerpiece, center transmission mount, and then get an entire transmission motor, new servo, electronics, as usual with multiple of my builds. Just trying to use up all this random stuff that I've got, as much of it as possible. Figure out some projects to use them for. Trying to figure out also, I've been looking at my boat trailer, trying to figure out how I'm going to do the suspension to it. I have no idea yet. And the other day I picked up my Gammy RC 32 Vicky, and I broke the little toolbox off the top, so I got to glue that back on. It doesn't serve a purpose other than to kind of hide the wires. Yeah, that's about it though. So I'm not sure what else I could do with it. I don't like it sitting that low in the front with the back up that high, so I'm probably going to drop the body down more. I don't know. I've got a lot of different ideas for this one. Oh, I wanted to show this too. I did a new paint job on the hood scoop. I faded the paint a little bit. It's not easy to tell, but just kind of repainted it. Used my little micro thin brush to brush on some black stripes, and you know, cutting strips of tape really thin. And I somewhat fixed where the screws here pushed or pulled my angry face off of the body, broke the glue loose. And when I did that, that gave me a spot to put the little hook I made. Sorry, I was off camera. The little hook I made right here for the winch that doesn't exist in this one. Other than that, I don't think I did anything else to this. It just looks so beastly and badass. I know it's not near as fast as it could be, but it's still fun. And I also have been working on a new antenna. Get my tweezers here. I straightened out a spring, tiny little spring. This is out of a door lock. The tumbler springs out of a door lock. I just stretched one end out, and I'm planning on some wonderful magnetic tweezers here. Hold on. They always want to mess with me. I broke my other tweezers, my favorite little fine point ones. I've used them so much, but I've got to make a little mount here to put that antenna on. I might make two of them. I've got a bunch of those little springs in here. So, I don't know. A little bit at a time. It's the way I do it all. I thought about doing a different color on my blue Jeep, so I taped off my roof. I thought about doing it's kind of a clear metallic pink over it to give it a more of a purple look, because that was the one I was building for my daughter to drive around, and her favorite color is purple. And my other one, the pink one, that my other daughter, her favorite color is pink. So my son's truck, he doesn't touch it. I don't know why. He's so into everything else, computer and anime and whatnot. And he just, I don't know. We don't even mess with them really. I just sit here and tinker with them and modify them. And yeah. Long process. It's fun though. This heat sink material just came in really handy, and a lot of times on these things. So in this one I decided, after doing those windows and that visor on that, gave me a little more confidence to replace the idea of using this die cast body, so I use this as templates. Kind of go with that, but the hood is narrower in the back than a Jeep, a Willys. I wanted it to look more rat rod and handmade, I guess you could say. So I did change the shape of the little cowl area and the hood. Other than that, the grill is almost the exact same shape and size. And the body's pretty much the same. All the angles are basically, I used masking tape and made templates and then transferred it over to the aluminum. But yeah, I don't know if I put a floor in it. I doubt it. It's kind of pointless. But I was also looking at maybe an N30 motor in there. It looks like there's room, considering the servo will be ahead of the grill. I'm pretty sure the transmission mount being here, the back side of it right here, that's plenty of room for an N30. So I don't know. At this point, it's just, you know, figuring out everything that I got to do. Anyway, I don't want to run out of time on my phone like I tend to do, so I'm gonna upload this and then, as usual, delete the video and leave it to YouTube. So like, share, and subscribe, and thanks for watching.